this is having a QR code is it means it was a one-step process rather than two. So you're actually doing the first step for people and then creating a URL you can use, but also a QR code you can use. Right, over to you.
Me and Robert discovered it the other week. We forgot to show you. Right, so if you click on, not me, but so I'll share my screen.
Can everyone mute? Sorry, while Curtis is talking, please.
Can you let me share my screen, please, Deb? Awesome. All right. So everyone is just jumping on now. I'm going to show you guys how to create a link so people don't have to put a code in anymore. So you can just send them a link and it takes them straight to the sign up page. So if you go to igoboom.com, and then people have to normally put a code in, right? You can put your own code in and it doesn't use one. The only time it uses your code is when they've created an account. So if you go, just press activate, it takes you into this bit, right? To the iGo where they put their name, number, email, phone number, and just copy that link. So just copy that and you can send it to people. So if you just sent this link to someone, they'll click on it and this page comes straight up. So now all they have to do, instead of putting a code and everything in, which like some people think, oh, why have I got to put a code in? They just go to here and everyone, you put your name, email address and phone number in everything now. So it's not unusual. Like to be with Facebook, you got to do that. To get into booking.com, you got to be a member to book. So they don't think it's unusual putting a code in. They just go straight to here and put in their information.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant because it saves that whole faffing around and two-step and remembering the password to put into this. That's fantastic. And then we found out how to do a QR code of our own that takes you to this page as well. Are you going to continue with that, Curtis? How do you incorporate the QR code?
You can just go create a QR code. I've not done this myself, but you can go onto here and they just create them for free.
I've done one. We were recommended a site which I used this morning called Unitag.
Yeah, go to Unitag.
Unitag?
It was called Unitag, U-N-I-T-A-G. That's the one that James and Sharon were using.
I've actually created my own QR as well, and I've got it on flyers.
Yeah, that's it. Tag. Unitag, that's it, yeah. Yeah. QR code.
Yeah.
And you just put the URL in? Yeah.
Yep. And then it creates it and you can download it. Oh, you can have whatever colour you want, everything.
Yeah, you just press one of those. I've got the multicoloured one in the middle. Cool. Yeah. Now, in reality, do we know how many people actually utilise these QR codes? No, but what they were saying they did was they had it on their screensaver, right? So when they went into a shop, they were so impressed with the lady's beautiful way she served them that what they did is basically say, thank you so much, as a gift to you, scan this in now. So they literally got her to, because when you go and take a photo in your camera, it offers you a QR code scan at the top of it. And then basically all she did, she goes to that page, puts her name and number and details, and that's it. Boom, you've got a customer. What a good idea. So as we start going out into the big bad world again, I've got the hairdressers actually next week, so I'm very excited about that. I better get that sorted and in my phone. I would actually stop the recording now and leave that as a recording, Debbie, and then because then you can put it. Well, it's up to you. You can put it in. Yeah, no. Right, go, Beverly. So this is basically. I need to be able to share my screen, Debbie, though. Yeah. So this is basically. I've used this on LinkedIn and I've had a few people come and actually do this. Let me just sorry, before I do this, let me just try and clean up my screen a bit. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to. So this is basically if you want to put a link in there so that people go in and basically can go straight into your IDA side, right? Let's see, where are we? Share screen. I have this link on my signature on my emails as well. Oh, do you? That's a really good idea. So do you. Do I? No, I don't. You continue with the travel with me, get healthy with me. No. This is for I Decides, right? So I have my I Decides there. So, so this is basically, so for LinkedIn, what I've popped on here is when you go into your I Decide, rather than going into create a contact, you go into post a link, right? You literally go on that and you post a link, and that says, you know, so you just do that and do next. So rather than doing create a contact, and then that link there, if you copy that to clipboard, what it does is when you go into it, let me try and do this. I can do it on my, I might be able to do it on my Beverly Price, sending myself stuff, which I do all the time actually. So when you go into this, or if you post this on LinkedIn, for example, it goes into that, and I'll have to send it down. And it basically goes straight into that page there. Yeah. So they have to put in their first name, last name, email address, and phone number, and then it says watch. Is that what you want, Joanne?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's as easy as it is. It's called post a link.
Post a link.
Yeah, so you post a link on when you go to your I Decide, just the next one along. So a lot of people use this as, like, I use this on my LinkedIn for people who want to, and that's why I get not weird, but people I don't know come up on my emails, and I go, who's that? I haven't sent them an I Decide. It's because they've gone in here and they've done their own thing. Quite a lot of them make up their own email address, but you know what? One day somebody might come and it might be useful. I've had that.
Beverly,
Always wondered
can I
people have done.
Can I just say something? Can I just say something about that link? I've got that on all of my pages, but all that does is give people the option to sign up to become an ambassador. It doesn't give them the option to become a customer. So it's not like the full I Decide.
No, absolutely. No.
So you don't get your customers in, you just get your MTSs in
on
that
your
way.
I Decide, it doesn't allow them to become a customer straight away. It just gives you, just says
No,
at
but
the
it
end,
gives them, yeah, it says to them though, do you want to become a customer? It says, it gives them that option, but on that one with the link, it doesn't give you the option. It's just, it doesn't mention customer at all on it.
What does it say?
It just tells you if you want to join, click here, and it takes you to sign up as a TSA.
Oh,
that's fine for LinkedIn.
Try it yourself, Joanna. I tried it myself, but try it yourself and see.
I'm
and
just
you'll be able
today.
to see
I'm
what
just
it actually
thinking
says.
about all the different, you know, like things that I can do to go more than what I'm doing, and because we were been talking over the weekend, and also I wanted to say to you guys, because me and Christine were chatting, we had quite an emotional call over the weekend, that if you have event companies on your LinkedIn, because we're all in such a delicate situation at the minute, try and make friends with them and say hi and just remember how you met them, and then give us the name, because I'm sure that in the 30 years of our industry we will know who it is, and we will help you try and get them over the line, rather than just doing a cold blanket call or something. Because, you know, this weekend I've spoke to 15 people. I've had people that have died, people that have got cancer, people who've lost a job, children who are running around the house going mental, and such an emotional time for everybody. I just think it'd be nice to try and touch base on a level of where are you at right now, you know, because we don't know where everybody's at. You know, somebody could have been crying 3 hours ago, and rather than bombarding them with everything, try and just be a little bit friendly, and then just let me know who they are, and we can check our Facebook page, because Katya's got like nearly 2,500 people on her Facebook page, and Christine's been in the industry for 30 years. Like for Mary, you know, Steve, Katya was on a trip with Steve 2 years ago, so I'm sure. But if you guys make the relationship with your contacts, I'm happy to then do some research for you and tell you who they are, so that you come in a little bit warmer, and then that might be able to help you guys get some people over the line, because there's 3,500 event companies in the UK. There's enough for everybody. You've got them personally on your LinkedIn, you must have met them at some point or done some business with them years ago, but we might have been drunk with them 3 years ago. So, and that's our industry, because, you know, Andy's page is the elite page, but we're just all the ones that get pissed more, you know. So, you know, we're happy to help you, but don't go in too cold and too thingy, and then we can all talk about it and help each other, you know. That's what I feel. But I had a lot of emotions this weekend. I was talking to some friends in Dubai, some friends in Singapore, you know, the whole team's getting made redundant. So if we can try and do it all nicely, I'm happy to help you like that, but just be a little bit careful rather than just going, you know, that you probably everybody knows that we're trying to do stuff, but just try and maybe do it a different way and see what we can do.
But I think
we've
that
changed our approach.
That applies to all across
Yeah.
the board, and that's what we were saying this morning in Power Hour, is to contact with people and find their pain points and get to know them first.
Just see where they're at right now, you know.
That's what happens that's what, you know, with everybody who's actually looking for an opportunity. They are behind that sort of facade, they are really struggling. And say, oh, you've got to go Zoom, blah, blah, blah. They're just gonna
no, because you know, like everybody that I've spoke to over the past 10 days, it's like the universe, or that there's a massive shift going on, a huge shift. And you know, Stacey did a powerful post the other day, but like, you know, I could say out of 15 of my friends, there's husbands leaving, there's children there's people with cancer, there's somebody just being diagnosed, there's best friends' husbands died, you know, there's a lot of that going on.
I had one of my team's partner, exactly.
Yeah, so I just thought, you know, maybe a different approach might get us in a little bit way. But I'm happy to, if you've got 20 people on there, just tell us their names and I'll tell you, or, you know, connect and say this, or, you know, say that, or, you know, go in a different way.
I think also on that point, and that's very generous of you to offer that, Jo, thank you so much for that. Leverage each other. I know Rob, Beverly and I are always in very close touch, and Jules, when we've got 3 ways, maybe we should be a little bit more open. If we've got a 3-way with somebody in an industry sector, you know, it's just a case of going, hey, you know, tomorrow at 3, I've got a 3-way call with somebody like a guy I just spoke to. With Joanne this afternoon at 3:45, because we've got 2 people in who are events people. Exactly. So when we know, I'll record it as well, so I'll, you know, like I'll put it in the group, whatever, so we can take clips or use it. Exactly. You know, but it will just incentivize all of us to go, oh my gosh, who do I know in the events, or who do I know in mergers and acquisitions, or I
think there's a lot more to come in, like bad news, in redundancies and stuff like that, and you know,
every day.
Because I've jumped on board, you know, I've gone to some events people that I know would be perfect for this, but they can't see the vision. So I've just said, you know, come back to me. But just because I'm individual, and I've taken that change of, I want to do this. This is where I'm going, because for years I've just not been inspired. I've been doing the same thing for years, and so that's individual to me. It don't mean to say that every event company is going to jump on board. So I just thought if we can do that, and I think that Andy in my team bloody did something that I didn't ask him to do, which was blanket everybody that we knew, because now we're talking to people and they're going, oh, is that what Andy's doing? But he's not spoken to them, and I don't think that that's what this is about. This is about a personal, you know, can you see the vision? Are you interested? Because when I started, I was saying to Kat yesterday, I sent an I-Decide, I sent a code, I sent an email that Beverly was sending out, I phoned them, you know, I was like doing too much, and I think it was too much coming. So a lot of people have responded to me on my LinkedIn, and I'm going to do some training today, because everybody on my LinkedIn I've known for years. I want to do it properly. I don't want to mess it up. So
I've just actually had a message from Mika on my team, my Austrian lady that lives in Spain. She's been trying to get this guy for a while. She's just confirmed Thursday, 12:30, a guy who is in sales. So there's one for the diary. If anybody wants any 3-ways they want to plug into that, that's somebody obviously from a corporate sales background. So let's maybe try and do a little bit more of that, because knowing that you've got an events one will incentivize me to go, right, I'm going to do an hour today on my events people.
Just see where they're at.
I do think they need to have seen a call before they come on these things. Don't invite people who have not a clue. No, it has to have seen a call. Or the 10-minute sizzler. They need to know about it, because you don't want them coming on the call asking noddy questions when the people are on there. We've set it up for 2, like quite a senior guy, and I don't know who the other lady is, but you know, like, so that they're so we're just going to do 15 minutes. Boom, you know, this is Penny's story. Absolutely. No, 3-ways must always be after they've seen a call or seen the.
We've been doing a totally different approach these last few weeks, and getting so much more traction from different people and like connecting with them. So instead of like, you know, opening it up to people that are looking for opportunities, we've been saying hope you are keeping well, thanks for connecting, because it's after they've connected. How is your search going in terms of a new opportunity, and are you looking for a role in the same line of work, ? And that's just giving so much more conversation, getting to know people, and they're opening up and talking to us, and they're asking about me, so I'm telling them a bit about me, and then I'm going to tell them about my sideline, my online business. And a lot of people after that are really wanted to hear more. And I find over the weekend, I'm still doing, you know, a few a day, but over the weekend I must have answered about 20 people. So I'm building this rapport with different people, and I feel that's working so much better. Definitely.
Just that personal touch, isn't it?
Yeah, short and sweet and interested in them. How are you? You know, open-ended questions.
And even for people that you actually know, that you want to talk about it, you know, you could more or less say, look, I've got certain opportunities to talk to you about, but how are you? How's your family? What you're doing? And then go into it. So they know that you're going to go into it, but at least you're interested in what they're doing first as well. That sometimes is like a different, you know, so that you say, look, I've got this opportunity to talk to you about it, but forget about that. How are you all doing? You know, what's happening in you? Because then you'll know. Because that's what I said to Katya, you know, you just don't know. I mean, you know, with Christine's mum last week, and, you know, as sad as it is, that there's just a lot of not good things out there at the minute. So, yeah.
And we're here to help, aren't we, and give them some hope with this.
Well, this is it. And, you know, that's one of the things that I'm saying at the minute is that, you know, for me, and like we talked to this, my friend in Singapore, you know, I wasn't doing anything for 3 months. And, you know, the thing for us at the minute is that even though we have some stuff booked at the end of the year, we're still in the unknown, because we don't know if it's going to go ahead. And to be so organized and not know what the unknown or what the future holds is terrible, because we still don't know, you know, and a lot of people are still in the unknown. Even if they're on furlough, they don't know if they might have a job at the end of the furlough, know what the company is going to be doing. So I think it's more of a personal touch level really at the minute, everybody, rather than steaming straight in with I've got this and I've got that. I mean, I was just like a little bomb going off 4 weeks ago, and I've just calmed myself because it was too overpowering for everybody. My excitement was like too much, so I've sort of like come back a bit.
I think the other thing we have to be very mindful of is the fact that there are a lot of people doing what we're doing at the moment as well. So that personal touch and that point of difference is going to make you stand out. Now we've got a little surprise, guys. Look who's just popped up in the corner of my screen. We've got our Ruby ambassadors come to say hello today.
How you
and
doing?
Just pumped us all up for the month end. So Tyler and Jodes, we're just having a chat about QR codes and sort of monopolising in a gentle fashion on what's going on in the world at the moment. Obviously, every day we're seeing in the news so many different companies laying people off. So we're certainly not short of opportunities, but it's just having that point of difference to stand out. So we'd love your input on, you've just had another cracking month. There's a few of us that have been a bit frustrated. We haven't quite got over the line to where we wanted to be this month. So we'd love your input on what's been working for you and some little nuggets.
So hi everyone, I can see you all on camera, which is awesome, apart from Curtis, because I bet it's quite late out there now, right?
You'll be in bed.
So, nice to see all your faces. Hi Jules, I'm not seeing you in a while. So yeah, I'll just get straight on with it. So my main thing would be to take from, not even focus on July, but the main thing would be, you know, in any business is to really reflect on what you've done this month and to learn from it, right? So every single month, me and Tyler, we sit back and we actually reflect on what we've done in the previous month and what we could do better leading into the next month. And, you know, and that's what you should do in any business, never mind, you know, just a network marketing business. But for us, what we like to do is see where we are from this month, go back and see where you were on the 15th of the month. Because your aim is to want to double that by the 15th of next month. But right now you don't want to focus on July. You just want to kind of look back and see, right, okay, what can I do better from and learn from in June and take that into July. But right now it's focusing on, you know, your follow-ups. Who are your warmest contacts? Because it's going to be a lot harder to go straight for your cold contacts because you've got a few days left, right? So it's those, you want to look back on your list and think, right, who's the hottest people? I don't mean physically, I mean who's the warmest, who's seen more information out of everyone else on your list, right? And I would go and circle back to them and tell them, you know, what's been going on in the team this month, in the company, you know, give them a few updates and ask them on a scale of 1 to 10 where they're at. So this is a magic question that I use all the time with everyone, no matter what stage they're at. I say to them, right, so Beverly, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at right now? Just so that I know what more information you might need to make more of an educated decision, whether this company is for you or not. Because when you say an educated decision, psychologically, that's planting a seed in their mind. Like, actually, I'm not very educated to make a decision right now. I need more information. So that is, I think that's my most tip that I can give you personally. And that's something that I do. And that's something that works for me. So I'm sure Tyler has got something as well.
Powerful, yeah, absolutely. So in terms of it being last couple of days at month, guys, this is where the magic always happens. Yeah. I'm trying to give an example of Joanne Penny, who's on call right now. You're right, Joe. But, you know, Joe won't mind me sharing this. You know, she's just one of many examples over the last few months of, you know, she were on 100 points on the last day of May at about 7 p.m. So the only volume Joe had at this point last month for her own subscription. And she'd been fighting all month to get some enrollments in and not got one by that point. But she kept going and kept going and kept going and kept consistent and kept consistent. And what happened is 3 first class came at once within 1 hour. And she went from 100 points to 3,100 points and it director on the final night of the month. Now, what that did then for Joe is that then put her in a situation where she'd hit the first rank. So then the next group of people she brought in, she can say to them, guys, I hit this rank last month. I can show you how to hit this rank this month. What that's done is that's then already pushed Joe to senior director this month because she's already hit the rank last month. So she's come into more momentum this month. Now, if Joe hadn't hit director rank last month, she might not have been senior right now. She still might have been, but it's all about the energy, right? So it always happens at last day of the month. And if you can create that culture in your team of always pushing for the next rank, always pushing for the next rank. And the director, senior director, executive director, they're the builder ranks. That's rapid fire. Your aim is to get through them as quickly as possible because when you get to Sapphire, Ruby, you know, Emerald, etc., you double in volume 40 to 80, 80 to 200. You know, that's going to take a little bit more time in solidifying leadership, strengthening legs and stuff like that. But your first few ranks, it's the builder ranks, it's building, it's leveraging your upline as most as you possibly can because you're in build mode, you're in grind mode. You're a developing leader. So what you want to do is you want to leverage the leaders that are already in place to support you with freeway calls, opportunity presentations, etc. So you guys have got 2 phenomenal leaders on this call in Debbie and Beverly, both at the first leadership rank of Sapphire. And what I love most about Debbie and Beverly is they're very consistent. You know, and Debbie's very open with you in saying that we're a bit frustrated this month. We've not got as many people over the line, but she's actually honest with you about that and shares the struggles at the same time. And that's the good thing about being at the launch because we're all in the same position launching together. But what's going to happen is Debbie's consistency over this month, you're going to see, like Joanne did last month, 3, 4 are going to pop out of nowhere.
And that's what always happens. So even when you are consistent in everything that you're doing, the energy of that consistency boils into one. It's like a build up, you know. Have you ever felt frustrated and you get that build up and then you explode? It's the same with anything in life. It's a build up of energy and then all of a sudden it explodes. Yeah. So if you're consistent throughout the month and you're talking to people on a consistent daily basis, that is gonna then boil into one and it's all gonna explode with a group of people coming in at once. And that's good, because you want that energy of people coming in as a cluster at once, because they don't feel like a lone wolf. They feel already a part of a team, and that they can all work together, and it's a bit of friendly competition as well. And also, if you do kind of, you know, similar to Joanne, where you gather a rank towards the end of the month, you're so much more confident in the next month that you can say to someone in your team, look, I wasn't on much points at the end of the month, but it happened, right? And it can happen for you. You've got more of that posture to then lead your team into the next month and help them develop their rank as well.
Absolutely, guys. So create that culture, developing ranks, because that's what gets you paid. And right now, it's all about laying the foundations. Everyone on this call is your founding members, your pioneers of what will be a $50 billion company over the next decade. And right now, remember, all we're getting paid on right now really is membership packs.
Memberships.
Now,
yeah.
And that's the thing. So you've got to, you might look sometimes and think, I'm putting in all this work and not getting much reward. But remember, there's only, even though the compensation plan's 7 different styles of pay, it's still coming through one style of pay. It's still coming through getting people membership packs. You've got your young level and all this stuff. What are you going to say, Joe?
Sorry, so do you think that when we're talking to people, because all of you must be in my head, because everything I was thinking about this morning, it's coming out. But one of the things for me is that, you know, with the codes, we're not getting paid on the codes at the minute. So for me, because of the people that I'm talking to, it's all about, well, when will we see a return? And I said to Christine this morning, we have to be honest with people and say, it's a new company, it's still in beta testing. Even the codes, you know, you won't get as good a deal on certain places at certain times, but you will find an amazing deal at some point and play it down. The way that you will benefit from this is with your network of people and building a team ready for when people travel and ready for when the company starts to take off. And that's how I was thinking of talking to people now, wherever I speak to them, because I'm going to go for all my friends that have been in hotels for a while, that are directors of sales, and just say to them, look, you know, you've been networking for 25 years with all of us. You know, if we can't put that to work in this industry, then shoot us, because, you know, we can have a plan B, but you can also still do your day job and do everything else that you want to do. But let's get a plan B together, because we've been networking for years and we've got jack shit left, really. That's what I've been saying to everybody, and we've got nothing left. So for me, it's about that you will get paid a bonus if you build a team, and then you've got a team that will go out there and work for you. Someone said to me yesterday, which I wanted to smack his face for him, he said, don't you think it's pyramid? So I said, no, because it's illegal. And also I said, the corporate company, like Tyler said, I think, you know, you've got your CEO, you've got your board of directors, you've got your sales managers, and then you've got your team. That's how I'm looking at this. Not that it's pyramid selling, you know. So for me, I just thought the only way that we are getting paid is by enrolling people. And I think it's better to say that so that they're clear of the understanding, rather than thinking that they're going to make thousands of pounds on the codes, which in our world, it probably won't, unless they've got people going to Thailand, Mauritius, Maldives and America, because the deals are all over there. They're not really in Europe, I don't.
It's a numbers game though, Joe. So it's, again, you know, we could be making money from people traveling in the UK if that's what they want to do. It's just getting the amount of codes out to those people. So don't think that it's just going to be the long haul and people going, you know, it is just trying to get those customers in at the same time.
Yeah, and we are getting the customers, but because of our industry, we're nitpicking at it where normal people wouldn't. Like, well, that's not cheaper than that. The cancellation terms are not as good as this, and I can do this. So it's our mindset of what we're used to for me to change it. So, you know, happy to send out loads of codes. I think for what I was saying to the team yesterday was, you know, if people are supporting you in your new plan B and in your business, it doesn't matter that they're not saving that extra £20. It's the support that they're giving to you in your new business, because you can get a better cancellation thing, but really, are you going to cancel? You know, so just try and support us in what we're doing, trying to get a plan B together, you know, and if it's a £20 difference, so what? Do you know what I mean? You'll get that back in a drink when you get there. I'll get you a drink or something. But it's about the support that people give you, I think, with the platform, because, you know, it isn't as good at the minute as it could be until we get more customers. That's what I mean, you know.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I think, you know, the whole underselling it rather than overselling it.
Overselling it, yeah.
Because, you know, I'm just going like, you might get a deal on here, because I went through yesterday and found some great deals, but I spent half an hour on the site going through the customer site because I wanted to post some customer deals. But, you know, I just went to all the major cities and like looked for them.
I mean, we looked at Dubai to go to half term with the kids, and then funnily enough, Christine was signing somebody up in Dubai, and she messaged me at the same time. I was like, where are you based? Dubai. I was like, I'm just looking at Dubai. And I went to Dubai 30 years ago, and I can get loads of amazing deals, but I've committed to using my platform. So I will use the platform. So I'll find a deal in order to use the platform. And I think that that's what we need to say to people. Look, you know, just support us. Yeah, there's always going to be something better if you go looking for it, but it's going to take you for hours to do, you know, but just support us and try and find something that you like on the platform. Maybe, I don't know whether that's a, you know, I don't know. We need to play it down, because all our event people have been going, oh, look, we can do, and I've just turned it round and said, no, don't play it up. Down.
I think managing expectations is important, but we kind of square that off in the presentations now, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah.
So also, whilst we make the most of having Jodie and Tyler on, I just want to do a big up to a few of my personals on here. I've got Rob and Curtis, who are so close to hitting their next rank. So we've really got to focus. I know there's probably a few of you are as well. Curtis said to me on a call we had this morning, he goes, well, I'm going to get 20 in next month. I was like, well, 20 customers, that's really great. He goes, Debbie, no, 20 TSAs. I'm like, yes, that's the attitude. So yeah, I mean, I think the what we do have here is a culture, and you know, the motivation from these calls I think is fantastic. And you know, we do have our down times. Curtis was brilliant on a call this morning, as was Rob. We did that 10 o'clock, Tyler. There was literally one person on. I was like, oh gosh, maybe we shouldn't have bothered, but he's somebody that says, Rob, you witnessed it, he says he's going to sign up. I'm just like, I used to get so excited when people said that, and now I'm like, oh, I don't know if I believe them, but I tell you what, this guy, by the end of tomorrow, he's going to bloody be signed up. But yeah, so thank you, Rob. It just shows the leverage of each other, and we just must do more of this on the three-way calls. So I think, as Tyler says, don't even bother with new people today. Get back to your list. Go back to everybody that you have been speaking to over the last month, and there'll be someone in there that, you know, Jodie's little one-liner of where are you, you know, don't want to pester you, but where are you 1 to 10? Gives you a really good gauge. I'm going to try that, Jodes, and do that today.
Also, when you say that people, you know, you don't believe when they're going to sign up. So when I'm in that situation, Debbie, what I do is I go back to them and I say, look, I spoke to you first. So Mary, look, I spoke to you first, and right now I'm talking to someone that is literally on the verge, just like you, at enrolling. It's only fair that you get signed up first, because we spoke before I spoke to this other person. So I can either sign you up and they can be in your team, or I can sign you up and you can be in their team. Which one do you want?
Exactly.
So guys, it's just about having that vision, and you know what I was saying earlier about getting paid one way. You're going to think over, you know, in 2 to 3 years time, all these other services that are going to be launching. You know, we're building a team right now on membership packs, right? So what's going to happen when there's another 20 services added into the crib and your customers are getting upsold? That's the vision of what's going to come. So what you want it to be doing is getting your ambassadors in like crazy to handle the masses of people that are going to want to use the service, right? And just a little bit of exciting news. I don't know if this is a guarantee or not, but I've heard that August, September time, there's a new vertical being added into the crib, and it's not actually Boom Mobile, it's something else. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard a little rumor. So
it definitely will be true who it's come from.
Yeah, so. It will be. So it will be a partnership. I've heard, don't quote me on it, I've heard it's an actual product with another company. A company's putting their physical product into the crib that's getting upsold, right? So I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but the crib will be marketing a physical product to your customers. That's not actually an iBoomerang product, but it's in partnership with another company, right? So that's the rumor that I've heard.
So again, you won't be going out there and selling anything. You can just be like giving the discount code, right?
Yeah, and here's the thing. how many, if that's true, how many ambassadors do you want in place? Because, you know, the monster checks in network marketing are always at the forefront of something new in a company. Right, so you got to think over time is as you're building your team up now like that, what's going to happen is you're going to have spikes over the next few years. You know, when Boom Mobile comes in and you've got 100 people ordering Boom Mobile that first month, like that, then Vibe proper takes off. Just like cinema tickets come in, or the actual physical product comes in, and there's 100,000 in volume like that comes in one day. Your little spikes like that is when it gets exciting. But you're building your foundation now. What's happening right now? You stay consistent, and you're building the tree under the ground. Now you might not see a lot of activity above the surface at the minute, but what's happening is you're strengthening your roots up so much to handle the masses, and you're developing that leadership. And imagine right now you're getting your soldiers in place. Imagine it like that. You're getting your front line, you're getting your soldiers in place for what's to come, right? And that all starts with focusing on the weekly check. So me and Jodie never focus on his uni level, never. Because if we focus on his uni level and his residual at the minute, his residual is going to be like that, right? We focus on as weekly checks, because if we'd focus on his weekly checks, the uni level takes care of itself, right? So the weekly checks is the fast start bonus and the binary. How do you get that? New membership packs coming in, because what's going to happen then is you're going to go up like that. Your income is going up like that. And then if your personal enrollment slow down a little bit, leverage and residuals are going to then match what you were earning anyway, right? So what we always say to people is every single week, your goal is to have a direct impact on your left and your right team gaining new volume, right? So a direct impact means you've either personally enrolled someone new, or you've had direct impact in helping a team member get a sign up in. So every single week, me and Jodie make sure that we physically contribute towards both our legs, either directly from an enrollment or indirectly through freeway calls and launching teams, etc. every single week. So for the next 18 months, we will be doing that.
There's just something else I want to touch on, and it's similar to what Joanne said, and it's something that I've really focused on, and it's the forefront of something else. So we're at the forefront of salons and hairdressers reopening, right? And that is a really good call to network with any hairdressers or salon owners that you know. I know a few salon owners back because of the industry that I was in. So what I've said to them is, you know, gosh, like things can get taken away so quickly. Like I didn't even expect travel to get taken away, like never mind clients, you know, in the beauty or hair industry. And then they open up, then they're like, oh my God, like I can't believe it. You know, I'm worried about clients coming back and things like that. And I say, no, I totally get you. And I may have something for you where you can give a free service to your clients just as a thank you for visiting your salon or your hairdressers. And God forbid anything like this ever happened again, you're still gaining income even if you can't work physically in the salon. Even if your clients have moved and they can no longer visit your physical salon, you can still earn from that client, because let's face it, you've done a lot of work keeping that client. What if you can earn from them, possibly residually for the rest of your life, just by simply giving them a code, right? So it's that's because people are open to that right now, because they never thought that they would ever lose clients, ever.
Yeah. So all they need is
Jodie, that's so powerful, because I was thinking exactly the same. And with restaurants, when they open from next Saturday, you know, go back to your favorite restaurants, people you know, managers, waiters. That is such a great opening line. You know, so sorry what you've been through. You know, you need to protect yourself from this happening again. And then you've got Rob's code, the QR thing.
Yeah, we've got our new QR code that we don't have to.
Yeah, no, that's really, really, really clever. No, that's fantastic. Well, Curtis and Rob and myself and Beverly and all of us, really, we've got, when is it tomorrow the 1st, or have we got another day? Tuesday.
We've got 2 days.
2 days, okay. I think let's get to it. Marlene, I'm going to hang back and speak to you because we haven't spoken properly on a one-to-one. Marlene is part of Serge's team, and I tried to get him on the call today. He's now got a full-time job. He's still in there, but I would like to pick up with you. And I don't know, Tyler, if you're able maybe just to stay back for a couple of minutes on that one.
Yeah, let's do it.
If you've got the time. Has anybody got any other questions before we get back to it?
Stop recording.
Stop recording. Yeah, thank you, Beverly. I don't know what I'd do without you giving me the pause. Stop.
People who turned up